there, I'm John Zimmerman with Upper Creek Angler, and we're continuing our work through Steve Skuce's book, Grayling Flies. This is fly number 38, the Sawyer pheasant tail. And if I'm being honest at all, this is one of the flies that has given me the most heartburn in prepping to tie. There's so much history associated with it, and there's so much history behind the Sawyer name in general that it's one of those flies that you absolutely have to get right if you're going to commit it to video. So, Steve's comments about having seen so many Sawyer pheasant tails gone wrong was not helpful in alleviating my heartburn, but we're going to do our best to match the bugs that Mrs. Sawyer sent Steve that are captured in the book. I'm going to be using a bobbin with my copper wire to help me out a little bit. I know that's not in the vein of the original fly, but I do hope it will help me get it a little bit righter. So I watched a video of Mr. Sawyer himself tying this fly, and there was a clear bump in the thorax section of the body. So I'm gonna do that same thing before we start moving our way to the back. And we'll reach in and cut out that piece of waste with some crappy scissors that have outlived their usefulness otherwise, and bring the wire mostly down to the back of the hook. And then just using some pheasant tail here, we will reach in and cut ourselves out 7 or 8 barbs after we've pulled them even with each other. And then lash those down with a turn of the wire. These are a little bit long, so we'll pull up a little bit. And that looks about right according to the pictures of the flies that Mrs. Sawyer sent Steve that are captured in the book. And moving forward here, we're going to take the pheasant tail and the wire together and wrap them up the shank of the hook. Wrapping the copper wire in with the pheasant tail will make this fly quite durable in the long term. And once we get to the top, we'll put 1 turn of copper over, make a turn, and then we'll come back to the back here for our thorax. Actually, I'm going to move the copper back so I can capture it easily. Bring these back and make a couple turns here and a couple turns here. Come back to the top, and theoretically this fly is finished. A fly of immense history, a bug that is very important historically to the fly fishing community. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie in a single turn whip finish, and lock that in. And in order to set it, I'm going to apply just a dab of super glue. That's probably not historically accurate at all, but some things we must modernize out of our own sense of modernity. So I hope I did Mr. Sawyer's pheasant tail some semblance of justice. A real historical fly to say the least. We Americans on this side of the pond have bastardized the pheasant tail to a number of degrees with rubber legs and shiny stuff and everything else coming off of it, but this is the pheasant tail in its simplest and perhaps most original form. So participate in history and tie yourself up some of the Sawyer pheasant tails. They are certain to catch fish.